Without further ado, why don't we start off with Invention with Brian Forbes. When we announced on our website, thosevideoguys.tv, earlier in the week, this was one of the shows we were going to be looking at. We got a flurry of excited tweets. Let's have a look at some of them. At Those Video Guys, this is from Brian Ward. Invention, the greatest Monty Python sketch, neither written nor performed by Python. Kudos to Tom and Dave. We also had a comment that says from Lou that the best funny web series they know of is Invention with Brian Forbes. Those guys are super funny. And also we have got one from John Miles who says, I love Invention with Brian Forbes. I want to bear Professor Bohano's children.
Interesting. That's a very interesting response.
High praise indeed. Yes. Well, I think we'd better have a bit of a look at a clip of that to see what's causing all the fuss.
I'm Brian Forbes, and this is Invention. With us tonight is Sir Reginald Bohano, who has invented something that he claims will change the lexicon of our language. Sir Reginald.
Oh, yes. Well, Brian, yes. I've invented the 27th letter, and I've added it to the English language.
Well, we seem to have done quite well with our language for quite some time. What would be the use of incorporating a new letter at this point?
Well, I think the licensing, for one. Every time you use the letter, I get paid.
Well, I see the obvious financial benefit to you. Would that be in media or in print?
Oh, yes, or even oral tradition. I would get paid using this letter, yes, yes.
So I'll try to avoid using it in oral tradition.
Oh, please don't, because letters are such a great expression of all the sounds that we use as humans. But some of those sounds are not represented in language, which is why I created that letter.
And this is the letter as written? That
is the letter as written. It comes between X and Y, and it sounds like this.
Invention there with Brian Forbes. Well, that was a fun show, and there's many similar sketches like that with the inventor being interviewed. Elazar, I know you were particularly taken by the series.
I did. I just thought, you know, what a great way to spend 5 to 10 minutes, you know, just watching funny sketches with two characters. Brian Forbes, who's trying to be very serious, like you always are.
Hey, and I've got a sense of humour. I just don't like to express it in public.
And his inventor of a sidekick who just keeps on inventing the most useless things possible. Do you remember those books of like the Japanese unuseless inventions?
Yes, what do you call those things?
I don't know.
Yeah,
it was, but there was a special name for just inventions you don't need,
which had no point.
But this is even crazier than that, because it's like his own warped mind is coming up with just most bizarre, quite surreal ideas.
The thing that jumped out in the video for me is the just the calibre of the cast and of the writing. We actually did a little bit of digging around about these guys, and they have worked with some of the greats. They're currently working, or have worked recently, with John Cleese and the rest of the Pythons, and directed sketches for them, which I think are on YouTube.
Yes.
So we'll have to check them out. But you know, you just can't deny the actual calibre of the performance. We really enjoyed it, and it's getting. I can see their comments on the chat room that people saying they really enjoyed it.
No, there were some great ideas. I mean, just thinking about the.
He's laughing just thinking about it. That's how funny it is. That's how funny they are.
But you know, it was great to see two British, comedy actors actually do. You know, they're actually based in Los Angeles. They're not based in the UK.
But they are British originally. Yeah.
And you know, they're actually making. But they've, you know, they're sticking to their British roots, and doing that kind of humour that you would have expected from a Python. You know,
indeed, and Dave and Tom Sean are saying that the clips are on YouTube as well, so be sure to check them out when you get a chance on YouTube. Sorry to cut you off there.
That's all right. There was the again. I'm just giggling just thinking about them. The one where he tries to resurrect dead bees.
Yeah.
And Brian doesn't understand why.
Yeah.
And that's generally it. It's like why would you invent this? Why would you invent this?
Absolutely.
Should we look at another clip? This is the massage one.
Okay, clip number 2.
Well, this is the device. It's an industrial-grade motor system for a massage device that incorporates an ultraviolet heating system.
I'm sorry, did you mean to say ultraviolet?
What?
Well, you said ultraviolet heating system.
Yes, it's proprietary.
Go on.
Yes, and it provides deep tissue and muscle relief to many areas of the body. And so it's portable, of course. It has many different attachments, many different configurations, and it's unlike any stress release device on the market.
Why?
I've had that question before.
Yes, I'm sure people have been saying why to you your entire life.
Well, this provides a sort of incredible massage, very unique calming, relaxation, and release because I've added an attachment. This vaguely ethnic woman.
So, this woman is the attachment to your massaging device?
Well, it might not be this one. I mean, that's the demo.
So there we go, another great clip from the Brian Forbes show.
Indeed. And actually, that's one of their more recent ones. As you can probably tell, there's also been a bit of change of scenery in the background there as well.
Much like our good selves, actually, although their trajectories have gone in slightly different directions.
We do have something similar. We're just guys in a room, and they are two guys in a room. No, it's fun. You know, they're on iTunes as well. The way I watched it, I downloaded them on iTunes, and you know, I would sit on the subway, watch it in between stops. It's perfect, you know, comedy for that. Really,
they actually reminded me a little bit of Fry and Laurie in some respects.
Yes,
the sort of slightly posh nonsense talking, and the clip we just saw with the new letter when he was doing the sort of pulling the cheeks noise.
It has that surrealness.
It does have that edge, yeah.
But you might have to explain Fry and Laurie because people might not necessarily realise who you're talking about.
No, Fry and Laurie were for a long time a top UK British comedy act, and Stephen Fry has found fame in recent years in the US as an occasional guest star on Bones, I think.
Yes.
And Hugh Laurie has, of course, become
the highest paid actor on American drama television.
As House. And if you watch that, you wouldn't believe he was sort of a foppish, ineffectual toff in a high-rated comedy show, but he was much beloved, and still is much beloved, but we wish him well in his newfound career as a Hollywood star. Nonetheless, Brian Forbes, a great show and a lot of fun. I think we'll give that 3 clinks. Well, you don't have to clink it if you don't like it, but we enjoyed it.
I'll give it a clink in optimism of...
Cheers.
So cheers to Dave and Tom, and you can check that out at daveandtom.com as well for more information, for episodes about the shows, or for more information about Dave and Tom. Or indeed, it's also on coldcast.tv or iTunes.
Blip TV, iTunes.
And Blip TV. So it's all
Vimeo,
over the internet.
They've covered it all.
They have covered the internet. Up next, I think my highlight of the week, but we will enjoy it as we come to it. The Treasure Hunt Interactive Adventure by Chad, Matt and Rob. Shall we have a look at the clip?
Let's have a look at the clip.
Yeah.
And then we'll have a chat about it.
It's heavier than it looks.
There you go, a choose-your-own-adventure style interactive adventure called Treasure Hunt.
Well, this launched just this week.
Did
it really?
Yeah, it was.
Wow.
Oh, maybe it told me last weekend. I think it was. So it's brand new, and it's the latest adventure from Chad, Matt, and Rob, who were the pioneers of the interactive adventures on YouTube.
Right, so Shane Dawson, eat your heart out. For some time, we've been lauding Dawson as the originator of this particular style.
It kind of like threw me back to when I was a young boy reading the Steve Jackson fighting fantasy books and pick your path adventures. And
those little books, you'd flick your pages and you'd have to turn to page 54.
Do this, do that, turn to page this page or that page, and it was very much like that, and I felt that added a real exciting, but what really got me was just the high quality of the production values of it.
It looked
very much so.
This looked like a proper multi-million-dollar Indiana Jones spoof.
Yes.
I mean, you had explosions, you had fireballs, there was a giant CGI worm in there.
Like Tremors, it was like Tremors, wasn't it?
Well, I was thinking Dune. But
Dune, yeah, like a Dune worm, yeah.
But I just felt it looked great, it was funny. If I had a complaint, it would be that the 3 guys didn't really have much personality. They just kind of like ran here, ran there. There's a tall guy, there's a short guy.
Yes, sure. They're just trying to get straight into the adventure.
But there was so much kind of like going on in it. That's if I had to find a fault, that's the only thing I could say. And I felt having the interactivity every 6 minutes to choose what way to go just kind of added to the fun of it all.
And it was fun as well. I found with some of those videos, you know, the sort of interactivity isn't very well done. You know, you can keep watching the same video again, or you sort of get stuck in a particular part. But they had it, you know, if you went to the wrong one, it said you've gone to the wrong one, here's the right one, and then you carry on the adventure that way. So even if you die, you don't have to go back like 6 or 7 videos and try and find your place. It was really, the interactivity was fantastic. As we said, the production values were fantastic. The story was a lot of fun. I really, really enjoyed that. And like you say, it looked like $1 million production, or a multi-million-dollar production.
These guys, they did it first, you know, and have a look at, I think it's called The Birthday Party, and that's their first one, and I think that was the murder.
There's one about a time
mystery
machine.
one.
A
Time Machine, I've watched that one.
Have you?
Well,
I meant to check that out. I will check that out for
But
sure.
the murder mystery one, they have something like 30 videos.
Wow.
So it's like it's much bigger than these ones.
Well, I did like the fact on this one that although it was interactivity, it wasn't that complex. You just had one of two things. So something it's going to take you half an hour to sit through and watch. It's going to be a fun half hour, but you're not getting all muddled and all over the place and having to go back, and which is the trap I think a maker could very easily fall into with one of these. They kept it fun and they kept it short and sweet. And I think that's what's important with one of these kind of things.
But I really love the location. That
desert.
Yeah,
it was
beautiful.
I kept on expecting the Gorn to appear or something like that. It was like those Star Trek
LA
rock scene and
it was
this
very
is
well done.
this can be watched on YouTube on the channel Chad, Matt, and Rob. We will of course tweet. We always do, by the way. If you follow us on Twitter at those video guys, and at the end of the evening we will put links up to all the videos we review this evening on the show. But again, you can check this out, youtube.com/Chad, Matt, and Rob. So I saw the question being asked in the chat room there, and we absolutely recommend to check it out. I've only watched.
It's a lot of fun.
Like I said, I've only watched the Treasure Hunt, but I know you said you've seen the Time Machine one, and they apparently been doing it for a couple of years, so it's well worth. They had
a viral video that was had something like 20 million views. It was like an alien prank video. I don't know if you saw it. It sort of ended up going to the sci-fi convention circuit as well.
Something you would have enjoyed. The sci-fi convention circuit.
It's a funny video where they're basically the two guys are playing and pretending to be aliens on Chad and making him think that he's being kidnapped by aliens. But the joke's on them because they actually get kidnapped by real aliens.
Cool. Well, we will have a look at these throughout the week. I really enjoyed this. For me, I'm going to say,
and they're knocking them out like every 3 months.
Yeah.
You know, and
that's the phenomenal part. Yeah. All based in California, I presume filmed around there as well.
So,
It looked really
and
great.
with a lot of sunshine.
Yeah, I was very, very envious of there. I was just saying to Ellis, I come round to Ellis' office every week to do this show, and I've never seen it in daylight because it is just dark about 4:30 in the afternoon over here.
That's London.
So I'm very, very jealous of the sunshine you guys enjoy down in California. And who knows, one day we might be invited to come and check it out. Hint, 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 hint. But for me, that was my channel of the week.
Definitely mine as well, yes.
And I don't hesitate to clink it good. 3 clinks. Cheers to Chad, Matt, and Rob.
We got the shampers.
Absolutely. Chad, Matt, and Rob, we salute you for Treasure Hunt Interactive Adventure. Links given in the chat room, and we will tweet them as well later in the night. So.